Hello and welcome to another tutorial on XNA, how to make a game in XNA. And in this tutorial we're going to go over our XML database first, not of weapons but of objects. So what I mean is, remember in our items class where we have this whole list of walls, characters, spawners, boxes, and stuff like that. Isn't it going to get a little bit tedious to put it all in hard code? Wouldn't it be easier just to put it in like an XML file and then have our program read that? It would be much more, maybe not much easier, but much neater. And we could have an external program write the XML file, and another program, our program, game program, load that file. So it's a much more efficient way to do it using either a text file or XML file. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bring up this program called Notepad++. It's a free program. You can go and download it if you want. Just Google Notepad++. Or you can bring up Notepad. It's your choice. So the first thing we want to decide is how are we going to store this data. So, well, let's see. All we need to know really is what type of item we want and its position, basically. So bring up Notepad again. So we could almost do it like this. Let's say objects. So anything in between here will be an object, let's say that. And to make a new object, we'll just say object and then class equals wall, x equals 100, y equals 100. So this could be a basic format of how our XML could look like. So why don't we get started on building the parser. If you don't know what a parser is, it's basically something that just reads a string and manipulates it to either extract information or input information and store it. So that's basically what parsing is. It's manipulating a string. So actually I'm going to save this file and I'm going to go into where I saved, where is it? Zombies. Okay, so I'm going to go into bin and debug. I'm going to go into the debug and I'm going to name it, let's say, object database .xml. So as you can see, Notepad++ immediately recognizes it as an XML file, and it colors all the objects accordingly, which makes it extremely easy to write information in here manually or view it. It's very, very nice. So let's go ahead and build a parser. So I'm going to go over here to the Solution Explorer, right click, and go to Add and New Class. And let's see, what are we going to name this class? Let's name this class Map Reader. Okay. So we're going to need system.io. So type in using system.io. We're going to need to use that namespace, and we're going to make this a static. We're going to make most of the things in this class static because I don't want to declare an instance of map reader. Or actually, we don't have to make it static. So let's think the first thing we want this to have. So we want it to have a function called, actually we can probably make this return a boolean. We can make a function called readMap because that's the main thing we want it to do, and it's going to get a string as an argument, and this is going to be the path name. So there we go. So this will tell us where we want to get our database of objects, which is this thing basically. Oh gosh. So now we want to create a Streamreader. So Streamreader reader equals new Streamreader. And this object or class will basically just help us read the text file or XML file, and it will return a string when we call it, call one of its functions. So I'm passing in the path name, which is passed in from read map, and here are the steps we need to take. We need to assign the XML text to a variable. So we can make a string, and we'll name this XML string equals reader dot read to end. So this will basically just read the whole file and output a string. So once we get that taken care of, what else do we need? Let's see. Well, we need something to take that string and split it up into all the objects. Basically extract all the objects we want to create. So this will be basically split all objects. So we'll create a method called split objects, and this will output an array of strings. So XML object array will equal split objects. I know we haven't created this method yet, but we will in the future. And next thing we have to do after we have the split all objects is to create all the objects from that string. So create objects from string array. So this will basically be return a void value. So we can say create all objects, and we can pass in the XML object array. So now time for the tricky part. We have to create these methods, split objects and create all objects. So how are we doing on time? We're running a little bit low on time, so we probably have to continue this in a next tutorial. So time to create split objects. So we're going to call this public string because we want to return a string. Actually, we want to return a string array because we're setting this equal to split objects. So we can name this split objects, obviously, and yeah. Oh, I forgot one thing. We need this to take in XML string because it have to have something to split. So just put in string and then just call this XML string just like that. So there we go. And now when it reads it, it's going to find something like this. So first thing we want to do is just remove all the unnecessary text. So basically, we don't need these tags, these object tags. We don't need these tabs. We don't need the lines. We can get rid of that. But we will. We probably do want to keep the spaces because it will keep it will allow us to determine where the end and beginning and end of these tags are. So just keep that. So this is how I'm going to do this. XML string equals XML string dot replace. And we want to replace all the tabs in it, so that's the escape character for tabs, and we want to replace them with nothing. So it's going to find all the tabs, and it's going to replace it with nothing. So I'm going to copy this and paste it a couple times. I'm going to do some same thing with lines, and I'm going to get this here, and I'm going to remove that. So we don't want this, and we don't want this. So let's just get rid of those. Those are unnecessary tags, just in the way. So the only reason we have those is just so the user who opens this file can view it easier. So that's the only reason. So we're running out of time. So I'm going to end the tutorial right here. So thank you for watching. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.